Welcome puzzle fans to another amazing edition of Puzzle Time. Remember to think outside the box. This one is going to drive you dotty because it is called Dotty Squares. We've got a grid made up of dots. It's a 5 by 5 grid, so there are 25 dots there, and we've got to connect the dots to form 5 squares with 1 dot inside each square, just like this. So if we connect these dots, there is a square and there is 1 dot inside each square. Now what you've got to do is make 5 squares with 1 dot inside each square. All of the squares must be of the same size and shape, and the dots inside the squares must stand freely and not have square sides drawn on them. So each square must have a freestanding dot inside it, and we need 5 of these squares. So as usual, as soon as you see this sign, you can press pause, think about it for as long as you want, and press play when you're ready for the answer. Best of luck. Okay, now some of you may have struggled away with this one. Now what you may have found is that if you do this, then basically you're only going to end up with 4 squares. So how on earth do we get the 5th one? As you can see, each of those 4 squares do have a freestanding dot inside, but 4 squares is not good enough. We did say we wanted 5 squares. Now the trick with this one is to realize that squares aren't always this way up that I'm drawing here now. Sometimes they can be rotated so that they are slanted on an angle like so, and that's basically what you've got to do here, like this one, not like this one. So how do you do it? Well, if we start in the top corner, there is 1 of your squares. Then if we go to the bottom left corner, there's a second one. Here's the 3rd one, 4th one in the top right corner, and the 5th one in the bottom right corner. And there we have it, 5 big squares, all the same size, all with a freestanding dot. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you read the puzzle again at the side, you will realise that we have satisfied all aspects of the puzzle. We do have 5 squares, we have 1 dot inside each square, all the squares are the same size, and the dots are standing freely. And each of the dots do not have square sides drawn on them, they are standing freely. So that's it, there's the answer. I wonder how many people thought about rotating those squares around so that they were on an angle. Join us next time for another edition of Puzzle Time.